Hello boys, welcome back to the podcast. This is the second podcast on the channel. Hope you're all doing well. As I say, the last podcast I did, obviously we talked about Arsenal Football Club and we talked about how the club was progressing, and we will talk about Arsenal in this podcast, and we will talk about some other stuff. We'll also be talking about the Carabao Cup action when Arsenal play Leeds. We're going to be having a big discussion on all that, of course, through the next few minutes. So first of all, obviously the Premier League is back, obviously, after the international break. We've had 8 weeks of football now. Obviously, Arsenal played on Monday night against Crystal Palace. Obviously, we drew 2-2, which wasn't a bad result on the return of former Arsenal manager Patrick Vieira. So it was a good way to come back, obviously, for him coming back to the Emirates, where he played a lot of his games for Arsenal. And very nice to see Vieira back coaching Crystal Palace. So as I say, it was nice to see Vieira back at the Emirates, and nice to see him back in Arsenal. For the Arsenal fans, Arsenal let him go a few years ago when he left the club. But he's a great manager, and obviously he's doing very well with Crystal Palace at the moment. I expect him obviously to get better and better, obviously, for his coaching days. And he's a great manager, Patrick Vieira, so I cannot praise this man enough. Obviously, he was brilliant when he was at Arsenal. Obviously, now he's with Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace played very well on Monday night. Arsenal we started well on Monday night, obviously. Aubameyang getting that early goal, which settled the boys down a bit. Obviously, we did concede 2 rocky goals, one from Edouard, and obviously conceded another one. But luckily, we did get a point out of it. Lacazette coming off the bench to nick us a point. Obviously, we've got some tough games coming up in the next couple of days. Obviously, on Friday, we've got Aston Villa at home, which will be a very tough game. Aston Villa are a very good side. We've also got the EFL Cup coming up against Leeds. Both of those games are going to be tough games coming up. We'll discuss some of these games that Arsenal have coming up, and we'll discuss, of course, the table, and we'll discuss some other stuff as well. Let's go back to the game. Let's have a look at the games we've got coming up then for Arsenal Football Club. Obviously, as I say, we drew 2-2 to Palace last night. Got some big games coming up, as I say. This Friday we've got Aston Villa at home. Then 26th of October we've got Leeds in the round of 16 of the EFL Cup, which will be a tough game. Saturday the 30th we've got Leicester away, which will be another tough game. 7th of November is Watford at home. Now, Watford have looked very good recently. 20th of November, we have Liverpool away. Tough game, that Jurgen Klopp. It's a good team. 27th of November, we have Newcastle at home. Newcastle have just been taken over, so that'll be an interesting game. December 2nd, we have Man United away. Tough game as well. That game at Old Trafford. 6th of December is Everton away. Another tough away days. 11th of December is Southampton at home. 15th December, West Ham at home. 18th December is Leeds away. 26th of December, Norwich away. 28th of December is Wolves. 1st of January, New Year's Day, we've got Man City. 15th of January is Spurs Derby Day. 22nd of January is Burnley. 8th of Feb is Wolves. 12th of February, Derby Day against Chelsea. Derby Day on February 19th against Crystal Palace. Obviously, we've got Liverpool on 26th of February. Wolves on the 5th of March. Watford on 5th of March. Leicester on the 12th of March. Villa on 19th. Palace on 2nd of April. And then we've got our final game is Leicester Everton on the 22nd of May. So we've got some big games coming up. Obviously, our next game is Aston Villa on Friday. Tough game that'll be. Aston Villa, as I say, they've got some great players. They've obviously got Danny Ings. They've got Buendia. They've got Emi Martinez, ex-Arsenal goalie. Obviously, they've got Dean Smith as their manager. So he's a good manager. And expect Aston Villa to get better and better throughout the years. It's going to be tough, obviously. Aston Villa are a good side. they're actually doing pretty well in real life in the Premier League. Let me just have a look what Aston Villa did in their last game. Obviously, Aston Villa obviously are a good team, as I say. Their last game, they lost 3-2 to Wolves. Now, Villa will want to bounce back. They played on Saturday, and they lost 3-2 to Wolves. So, yeah, Aston Villa will be a tough game. We know how tough it's going to be. Aston Villa are a great team. Yeah, it'll be a tough game, that. And, yeah, I think it's going to be a very tough game. We know how dangerous they are. And, yeah, very tough game that will be on Friday night. As I say, very tough game. And, yeah, I expect there's going to be goals in that game on Friday night. Just bear with me one sec. Yeah, so here we go. We're going to carry on now. Yeah, as I was saying, we've got some tough games coming up. Obviously, we've got Aston Villa coming up, so it'll be a tough game. Obviously, we're not having a bad start in the league campaign. Obviously, we obviously drew to Palace last night. Well, not last night, 2 nights ago. Yeah, so 2 tough games. I expect Arsenal to, obviously, we are going to get better as a club. Obviously, we have been linked with a lot of players in January. Obviously, we've been linked with Basuma. We've had a lot of rumours going around in January. Obviously, we have picked up 11 points there, which is a pretty good start. Yes, we're going to have a chat about some of the clubs in the Premier League. Well, the first team we're going to talk about is Norwich. Now, Norwich, they've not had the greatest starts when they've come up. They have got 2 points from 6. Norwich, I expected better from them. I think Norwich will have a bright future. I mean, they've got a great manager in Daniel Farke. They've obviously got Timu Pukki, who's been banging the goals, and they have got 2 draws in the last 2 games. They've had 2 draws against Burnley and Brighton. They're both not easy games. I think Norwich need to keep playing like they have, and yeah, they'll get better. The next team we're talking about, another team in relegation, Newcastle. Now, Newcastle have just been taken over by the Saudi Arabia. It's really a lot of money. And Newcastle had a tough game. They actually played very well on the weekend against Tottenham. I expect Newcastle to keep getting better. They'll bounce back every year. And very shocked to see Newcastle in the bottom 3. The final team that's in the bottom 3 is a team I don't expect to see there, Burnley. Now, Burnley have had a tough start. They have only picked up 3 points so far under Sean Dyche. But I expect Burnley to bounce back. They're a good team, Burnley. They've got great fans. I'm very surprised to see Burnley in the bottom 3. We've got Leeds now in 17th. Now, Leeds are a team that Leeds have played very well. They were very good last season. Obviously, it's their second season in the top flight. So, I think Leeds will get better. They have got 6 points there, which is not too bad for Leeds. But obviously, they've not had the greatest of starts. 1 place above the relegation zone. So, if you're Marcelo Bielsa in Leeds, you want to try and improve the squad. And try and make it better. Another team that's done well since they've come up, Watford. Now, Watford have had a good start since they've come back up to the Prem. They have got a new manager now. Obviously, they did sack the previous manager, but Watford are actually not doing too bad. They have picked up 7 points, which isn't a bad start for Watford. Watford are a very good team. They've got some great players. Obviously, Joshua King, you'll know him if you're a Bournemouth fan. If there's any, I know what I mean. And then they've got some great players like Danny Rose, who's coming up very big for this club. So I expect Watford to bounce back every year, and they're a good team, and I think they'll do well this season. Southampton have been a bit hit and miss. They have had some good starts in. Obviously, they've had Adam Armstrong banging goals in. We've had Che Adams scoring some brilliant goals. Southampton will get better. They're a young team. Obviously, they've got some great players. And, I'm looking forward to seeing the future for Southampton. Crystal Palace, we'll talk about Palace now. Obviously, Palace had a tough game against us on Monday night. Crystal Palace, a good team. As I say, they have got a good manager in Patrick Vieira. They'll get better and better throughout their time. I do like Crystal Palace. They're a good team. Obviously, they're far from London. They are part of our rivalry. But
I think Palace will get better. They just need to keep improving. I think if they can get a couple of good players on the transfer market, they could be laughing in January. Aston Villa are our opponents on Friday. Aston Villa, they're very capable. They've got some great players, as I said. I mentioned a few moments ago, they've got Danny Ings, Buendia. They've got a very dangerous team. So if you're an Aston Villa fan, you should be looking heads up because your team has been phenomenal. We've already talked about Arsenal Football Club. As I say, Arsenal, we're looking to improve each year. And we've not had the greatest start. We have picked up 12 points from 8, 11 points from 8, I should say. We're actually playing better now, but I think we need to improve some positions. We are looking at some players in January, so hopefully we bring some more better players in. Leicester have had a good start to the season. Obviously, they are playing in Europa League tonight, so yeah, good luck to Leicester. They were winning 4-2, and I think they've won tonight. So, yeah, Leicester have had a good start. They've just announced today that Brendan Rodgers has extended his contract to 2025, so that's going to help for Leicester. Experience with Brendan Rodgers at the wheel. Wolves have had a good start. They've picked up 12 points so far, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yeah, they're a good team, Wolves. They're very dangerous on the day. Obviously, they beat Aston Villa at the weekend. They've got some great players. Obviously, they've got Raul Jimenez back, and he was a key figure to their success last season. Obviously, Adama Traore is just Adama Traore. Yeah, Wolves are very dangerous on their day. The third of the newly promoted teams, Brentford, have actually come up. Brentford have looked very good since they've come up. They have picked up 12 points. They are 3 spots out of Europe, but Brentford look very dangerous. Obviously, one man to mention for Brentford who's been phenomenal, Ivan Toney. What a player he's been for Brentford. And I like Brentford's future. Good luck to Brentford. They're a good team. Everton's had a good start. They've got some great players. Obviously, Rafa Benitez has come in and he's got Everton playing at their strengths. They've had a good start to the season, Everton. I expect more from Everton. They've got some good players. I think Everton will try and spend some more money at the window. But West Ham, what a start for West Ham and David Moyes. What a season West Ham had last season. Obviously making the top 6, getting into Europe. Yeah, West Ham, I've been very impressed with West Ham. I've got to say that West Ham have a bright future. They've got some great players like Thomas Soucek, Declan Rice. Really like West Ham. Good luck to West Ham as well. They're a good team. Man United, what can I say about Man United's business? They've had a great transfer window. Obviously, they've brought in Rafa Varane, but he's out injured at the moment. They've brought in Jadon Sancho. What a player Jadon Sancho is. And obviously, the main man, Cristiano Ronaldo, coming back to Man United, where it all began for him. So, yeah, Man United have had a good window. They've signed 3 good players, of course. They've signed Ronaldo, Sancho and Varane. Hopefully, we'll see Varane back playing for Man United soon. He is out injured at the moment, but not a bad start for Man United. They've had a good start. Top 6 already for Ollie's team. Yeah, Man United will bounce. They're a good team. Tottenham's been a bit hit and miss to start the season. Obviously, Harry Kane's not been firing goals for Spurs. I think Tottenham fans will be very disappointed. Even though they are 5th in the league, I think they still need to play better to get into those top 4. A team that I've been very impressed with in 4th place, Brighton. Now, Brighton have had a very good start to the season. Graham Potter's got a very good system at Brighton. I really like Brighton. I think they're going to have a bright future in this league. And good luck to Brighton. You're a good team. Man City have had a good start to the season. Obviously, since they brought the deal for Jack Grealish, Man City have been playing really nice football. They are 3rd in the league. They had a Champions League fixture. And, I do like Manchester City. I think if under Pep Guardiola, they've got a good system. And, I really like Man City. Keep going, Man City. You're doing well. Liverpool next. Yeah, Liverpool. What a start for Liverpool. They're having a great season, Liverpool. I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool, we see them fighting for that top spot, but they've been very good up to now. And then obviously the league leaders at this moment in time are Chelsea, but what a window for Chelsea, bringing back Romelu Lukaku. They've had a great start to the season, Chelsea. 19 points they have in the Prem. Obviously, what a season they've had so far. Obviously, Timo Werner, Lukaku, Kovacic, Kante. Chelsea are having a brilliant start to the Premier League. So Chelsea fans should be very happy with how your team started in the Prem. So that's what we think of the 20 teams that are in this division. It's been a very good start to the season for all 20 of the teams. Obviously not so much for Newcastle, Burnley and Norwich, who are obviously in the bottom 3 at the moment. But yeah, it's a very competitive league, the Premier League. Obviously, having the additions this season of Norwich, Watford and Brentford, it's made the league more competitive. And yeah, I really like all three of these teams. I think Brentford could have a bright future in the Prem. I think Watford, if they keep building, they'll get better and better. And I think Norwich are probably the weakest one out of the three that's come up. Yeah, but Norwich fans will probably disagree with me. I think if Norwich had spent a bit of money, I think they'd have been okay. But they're struggling defensively, and they need to get more players into that club to make their team stronger. And I think if they do that, I think Norwich will get better and they'll bounce every year. And I think we could see them survive. But I think unless Norwich do some business in January, I think they're going to probably be going back down at the end of the season. And I'm not being disrespectful to Norwich. They did pick up 2 decent results over Burnley and Brighton. But 2 points, 2 draws ain't going to keep you up, Norwich. Norwich need to invest, I think. I think if Norwich can invest some money in January and sign some big players in January, I think Norwich will be fine and I think they'll stay up. But if they don't spend the money in January and they don't go for any investments in January, I think Norwich is going to be very worrying if you're a Norwich fan, because Norwich need to invest. And I'm not being stupid when I say this. Norwich have to spend their money. If Norwich do not spend in January, I hate to say it, and I think they will get relegated. They need to spend their money. The Norwich manager and the owners at Norwich need to spend that money, because if they don't, they're going to get relegated and they're going to only blame themselves for not buying some decent players. So Norwich fans, make sure you buy the players you need. Hope you stay up. Hopefully when we play you later on in the season, you get a couple of good results before you play us. Hopefully we beat you, but we'll see what happens then. Yes, so yeah, good luck to Norwich, but you need to keep more investments, I think, and then you'll get better and better, in my opinion. But yeah, until you do that, I think you're going to struggle, personally, in my opinion. Yeah, so that's what I thought of Norwich. What's my opinion on all 20 teams? Also discuss the game with Leeds in a moment. And also, yeah. So, yeah, as I say, if you have, let us know. I would like to know your thoughts about how your team's doing. Obviously, we can't today, obviously, because we're not on the stream. But, yeah, let us know your thoughts on your team's season as well. And send me whatever. So, yeah, thank you, as I say, for